We generated around 560 plus million impressions organically. Those
creating property cards for the first time for people owning houses in the rural areas.
We have a patent on a bits technology,
but we were really guided by what we wanted it to be.
In terms of the content consumption pattern has changed.
Very competitive, very crowded.
The objective is basically to democratize cancer care.
I see a very bright future for retail industry.
Technology now allows us to scale up.
We also want to help patients become more compliant.
If I look at the custom solutions market, it's almost about $1,500 billion.
Your customers will not continue to be with you if you don't change gear.
We had adopted digitalization much earlier.
Within a very short span of time, we are the number one operator in the whole of South India.
If you are reaching out to a lakh people today, you would be reaching out to an entire globe tomorrow.
We got those two brands and then immediately got into a few of the LFRs, and there was no looking back.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. Good morning to the 25th episode of Ascent Talks. Aleem, 25 finally, 25 weeks non-stop.
Absolutely. Can't believe actually we did 25. Yeah, it requires a lot of commitment to do it. So, pat ourselves on that.
Yeah. So to all our viewers, my name is Ajit Panikar, and I've been an Ascent member for over a decade, and I lead Nova, an air conditioning company, and Pure Blue, a tech-enabled startup in the air conditioning domain. And my co-host, but before I introduce my co-host, if you think summer is out there and if you think you're sweating in the heat, majority of us say, what a lousy weather. But the minority people like us will say, apna time aa gaya. Okay, that's what we are on. Over to you, Aleem.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aleem Merchant. I run an advertising agency called Synapse, and we're very excited to have you. We never ever thought we'll actually do 25 shows, so we're happy. And now we're already planning our 50th show from here on. So welcome to the show, and to let you know more about Ascent, Ajit is the best man to tell you.
All right. So Ascent is a not-for-profit expression of Harsh Mariwala, Chairman Marico Limited, and his passion to identify high-potential growth stage entrepreneurs and enable them to grow their enterprise and enrich their entrepreneurial journey. Launched in 2012, Ascent today empowers more than 850 entrepreneurs across India. Ascent is designed as a unique, powerful, peer-to-peer platform that leverages the power of the collective through self-facilitated groups called trust groups, which enables entrepreneurs to share and exchange experiences, ideas, insights, and to create a healthy ecosystem to learn from each other. So today's event, Ascent Talks, is a weekly event which showcases Ascent members and their interesting entrepreneurial journeys. So Aleem, let's bring in our guest today.
Yes, welcoming Prashant. Prashant is a C-level leader who has enjoyed considerable success with major global corporations, including holding CFO positions in companies like Geometric, Datamatics, Sabre Technologies. He has more than 2 decades of strategic and operational experience in diversified industries, credited with building profitable businesses with P&L responsibility. He has always wanted to start his own business in an industry agnostic sector, which is required by all, with a global target market, specifically in the IT industry. Therefore, he felt that HR tech was the best choice. He commenced his entrepreneurial journey with a service model which used to run payroll and do labor compliance. Eventually, he realized that the service has its own unique reach, and that's where Teamnest, a cloud-based HR tech SaaS platform, was born, and he developed and was developed with a stellar existing team. What lamba intro and very interesting intro, and all of us struggling with that one big problem of HR and realizing that HR tech can solve that big one. So welcome Prashant to the show.
Thank you guys, and congratulations on 25 years. So being an chartered accountant, I was just counting कि भाई 20 साल तक आप show करने वाले हो, because there are 1,000 members there. right? You're going to call everyone, right? So another 20 years for you to, every Friday doing this, man.
25th episode, 25 years nahi hua. I'm only 25 years.
Good to be here. Yeah.
Prashant, tell us about the business. Tell us about the solution that you have. Tell us how you came about it, and give us a nice intro about how this all goes about.
Okay. So yeah, first of all, sorry to give you that complex, CV, so that you struggle with that. But yeah, so Teamnest, basically, I always, as you rightly read, I always wanted to get into something which is like a food and medicine, right? It's required every day, and if you're going to run businesses, you're going to have people working for you. You're going to have employees. You're going to pay them salaries. And that's why I figured out that something in HR and related to technology is something which I always wanted to be there. It is employee agnostic. Our solution is used by even companies with 5 employees going up to 5,000 employees. It is sector agnostic. It's required by any industry. So currently, even a airline, or like a Flybig airline or a gaming company, Nazare Technologies, or manufacturing companies like Milton Plastic, Garware Wall Ropes. So these are few of our clients who use Teamnest. It's geography agnostic. Well, there are employees all over the globe. They have the similar problems. So we are present in 11 countries and currently having 400 plus companies. So it's a cloud-based solution, right from hire to retire. So right from when the employee is onboarded to the exit of the employee, there are 12 modules. When we are trying to solve a very important problem where the business people need to focus on their core areas on sales and leave the rest to us. So I think that's where we are. Teamnest is almost 5 years, and the journey continues.
I think as you speak, you already have 2 customers with Ajit and me, and whoever else is listening.
We're closing a customer a day, so that's doubled my turnover, man.
Wow.
But yeah, Prashant. But Prashant, like how you and Aleem was saying, you were a CA working with large corporate. Tell us about how did you decide to get into that entrepreneurial journey, and how did that whole thing happen, and then how did you actually get in from a regular brick and mortar into a tech startup? And then you have so many, because that's an interesting journey which you should share with our viewers. Take us through that little journey.
So interesting, Ajit. I think I've been, I always have a lot of people asking me this. So right from when I started working for, as usually so I'm a Bombay guy. Studied in Don Bosco's College, Podar, and did my CA. So my first job was with one of the MNCs. Wanted to travel around the globe, and I picked up a company which made me travel everywhere. So working for MNCs, and then coming back to working for an Indian MNC where the headquarters are in India. So companies like Datamatics and Geometric. I realized that it's something which it's not exciting enough. I to an extent where I got into a stage where even if I have to open a pan shop, I'll do it. But something to do with where I can create some value, and that's why I was always looking out for some opportunity where I can really contribute some problem which exists, and I can contribute there. In that journey, I met one of the co-founders, Mahesh, who was running payroll for Datamatics, and I think that's where the concept started. I wanted to get into something which is on a regular basis, industry agnostic, employee agnostic, geography agnostic, device agnostic, and that's where Teamnest was born. So we started with a service model. We realized you can't reach if you're in a particular service model, and that's where the product building started. So right from having a furniture company in Gurgaon to a digital company in Europe, to 400 such companies where we are probably solving problem on almost a daily basis. So I think, Ajit, the excitement, the passion to grow something big, and usually we have one statement. I always had one that I wanted to get into a stage where I could actually feed family of 1,000 people, through something which I do. So, well, story abhi to chalu hui hai yaar.
Nice, yeah, because I think what happens is the startup ecosystem is kind of viewed with a lot of these youngsters coming out of college, and that is completely shifting. Now people with domain expertise are now actually moving into the ecosystem. So it's no more like a copy and paste business model. It's about, I know the problem, I know the domain, where are the challenges, and I want to fix that. And I guess you represent that cohort of people who actually are transforming with times. But even though you've entered into the space, how big is the space? Yeah, I mean, in terms of opportunities, what are the kind of opportunities that are there for someone who would want to aspire to get into the space?
So I'll tell you. I think if I just speak about, usually the starting point of a PowerPoint is we talk about India's population, right? 1.6 billion people, and blah blah blah, and all that. And I remember doing this in my corporate days, and people used to be just shut off. Okay, bhai, you start with India's population, or फिर बोलते हैं इसको बेचेंगे, उसको बेचेंगे. So let me just let me be candid about this. We are actually even in the organized sector, we almost the companies which are actually filing their TDS is almost 8 lakhs. So 8 lakh PANs and 5.5 crore employees who are working in this organized sector. The market size is almost 6,000 crores. What we are talking about in the space, in the B2B space which we are in. I think the target is very clear for us. We are looking at servicing almost 40,000 companies with 1 million users. And this is, I think, when you have a number in mind, decision making becomes very easy. Even the smallest to the biggest decision, if it relates to the journey or a milestone, I think the decision becomes very easy. So we are looking at targeting almost 40,000 companies with 1 million users, and that's not even scratching the base still. So that's the India market. I think global market, any SaaS company, a cloud solution which is made in India, the next step is to actually go global once you have enough success in India. And global, you have billion-dollar companies listed in NASDAQ like ADP or a Paycom, whose market value is 50 billion odd, So, sorry. So I think, yeah, so the market is huge, Ajit, in India as well as abroad for a cloud solution.
All right. So what happened? Why did you stop? You just received a message from your bank that you just got a customer? Is that how?
Yeah, no.
No, it validates our show. It validates our show.
He got a like on Tinder.
Oh yeah.
But Prashant, I love how clear you are. Prashant, I love how clear you are. Like your numbers, your market. I mean, I love how you were so clear about why you wanted to start a business, where you wanted to be. I mean, it's very unlike me. I just got into business because nobody gave me a job, so I said, "Nahi, khud ka chalu karna padega yaar." But whatever. Tell me, when you got into this, okay, what were the changes you brought about? What kind of changes did your customers see? What kind of challenges were they having, and how did you bring those changes? And it's interesting because a lot of people who will be watching this show right now and will watch it later also will be interested to know more, okay, how they can work with you and use this like a platform to advertise, like people use Shark Tank.
No, so I think all of us, whatever we're doing, if I always, the 4 C's which I try to remember in all entrepreneurs' life is one is capital, right? One is capital, one is customers, collections, and obviously the culture. So these are the 4 C's which I always remember. Culture comes with culture and people and technology, and without capital you can't build big institutions. So capital is something which is always required, and collections, you need to collect money at the end of the day, and the clients, you need to listen to your clients. So coming back to listening to the clients is the biggest thing. With having a domain expert expertise on the software which we built up. I think the whole software is actually built by the clients. So having 400 plus clients who keep on regularly giving you updates, you just have to listen to them, right? They are having immense pain. There are problem statements, and all we do is listen to them and we roll out. So I think one of the things, key differentiators, there are competition in the market, but the key differentiators which we have is that we have only one code base. So in a software, when you cater to so many clients, there are always requirements which are very customized to your business. But what we do is we just listen to them and we roll out to all the customers. So we always keep one code base. We don't customize for one customer. And that problem, that itself is building the software in such a way that, suddenly you realize that you have everything what you require. So so these are the problems which we are solving. And like any business, we have challenges in getting the right people. And again, we really don't go to the normal run of the mill. We don't look at experiences. We don't look at the number of years the person has worked. It's just the attitude, right? We try and actually get someone who's got the right attitude, even without the experience, because the culture which you have in the company, the processes or the technology which we are using is different from other companies. So all we want, a person with passion and the right attitude. And, these are the guys we employ. So you'll be surprised. We just are a very lean team of, only 14 people other than the founders.
Wow.
Right. And our programmers are the ones who are probably even coding 24 hours, even when they're actually taking a bath or they're thinking about something. So I think these are the guys who actually we employ, right? So we believe in frugality. We be believing in and it takes us, so one of my co-founders who actually takes the interviews of the developers, he almost takes 6 months to close a position.
Oh.
But when we actually close a position, is the right guy who sticks around with us, and they are the ones who build the product for us.
Ajit, listen, in the 7 C's, there's one more C, but we'll not talk about that.
Yeah. but Prashant, tell me something. You already mentioned the capital requirement for a business and everything, and you just raised some big serious money on investments from private equity just about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. You just raised from Incred. Yeah, a month ago. So it's from Incred, and that's been a big game changer for your business. But tell us, it is never an easy phase, right? So what are the challenges that you faced in this whole journey of actually from a brick and mortar domain expertise, moving into tech enabled, putting your own money, and then trying to raise money? How did that whole thing happen? Share with us that.
And also tell us, क्या करने वाले हो इतने धनराशि का?
That's a follow-up question.
Okay, so I think it was really as Ajit you pointed out rightly, right from changing the mindset, right? First of all, I think that the thing which comes in our mind and working with other co-founders is, do we really require money at what stage, and do we require when? So that is the first question which always came in our mind. And we were, not everyone is on the sync, right? कि भाई अभी raise करना है, इतना dilute करना है. So getting everyone on the same page, looking at the same vision, that okay, it's just not about the money, but getting the right partners who will take us to the next level. It started from there. I started testing the market somewhere in July. We started meeting people. I started using LinkedIn extensively for the first time, the Sales Navigator, where I used to pay $6,000 to send 50 mails and all that. And I used to just test waters, right? Just send the mails and try and see what is the reaction. And I got some really good response that, from very well-known companies, they heard us. We had a couple of meetings. And that really encouraged us that maybe we're doing something right. And very funny meetings, right from companies trying to acquire us completely, Sequoia funded companies, IIT guys saying that, okay, we'll buy the entire company, to acqui-hiring, a big logistic company who was facing a lot of problems with their processes. They said, we have 45,000 employees. We will, we will buy you out.
Yeah.
So acqui-hiring is where they pay a lump sum to you, and then you have to work for them, right? So I think that's where we went through the entire journey, and finally what we wanted is a strategic partner who would probably help us to grow in the domain, and that's where the journey with Inked started. And well, in flat 30 days, right from the first meeting to the raising funds, it was due diligence to signing of the agreements. It was very quick. And yeah, that's where we are.
That's amazing, yeah. Because just day before yesterday, I was at the Sharp Summit organized by the Mariwala family, and they were founders talking about how they went through 42 different investors and different. Each of them had a different journey, and it's great to know that you had.
Yeah, so I had almost 19 meetings. And 29 presentations. And 250 emails which I have shoot from my LinkedIn. So yeah, and I was like, okay, even if it's 100, let's see. But I think during that journey, I learned a lot of feedback, and that really helped. So I think you have to walk the journey. You have to have that belief that you're gonna have a right person, not just in terms of money, but a strategic investor who would probably take you to places. And I think with Inked, yeah, we're very happy. They are one of the fastest growing financial sector companies, and amazing team to work with. We're learning a lot from them.
Prashant, can you tell us the future of Teamnest? Where is this going to go? And it's interesting because all of us are interested in HR tech in some way. So tell us even about that.
So as I said, I think I'm closing one client a day, right? And I'm still, I keep on saying that I've still not scratched the bottom. We majorly are getting our clients through some social media campaign, through a lot of referrals, to client referrals and all that. So I feel that the COVID also helped us a lot. Typically the small businesses, they feel that, yaar, mera data hai, how do I share the data with you? Because it's the salary data, stuff like that. But everyone realized that at the end of the day, you don't have to be coming to office. You can actually have an access to your, I'm just talking in a very layman's term, where you can have the access to your data even when you're traveling. That's where the cloud solution comes in. So we are, so starting from solving a problem that, you can do your business from anywhere you're sitting. So any of your accounting system or any of the HR solutions, you can actually access it outside. So that's where the HR tech comes in. And frankly, none of the bigger ERPs are there in HR tech. So if you talk about SAP or the Oracles of the world, they don't have a very strong HR module. At the same time, the large consultants, the top 4 KPMGs, PwCs, they are not focusing on this vertical. So this vertical is barren. I still say it's huge, and that's why the target I feel is what we have kept up for ourselves is 40,000 companies, 1 million users in the next 3 years.
Prashant, you've been an Ascent member. Tell us about your Ascent journey. How does your trust group contribute to your life?
I think it's just amazing. I think the whole concept of having access to mentors, to the knowledge gurus, to the Ascent conclave, which happens once in a year, and coming back, so that's the larger format which we all are experiencing being the Ascent member. You have an access to so much of repository of knowledge. And finally, our trust group, I think it's been just an amazing journey. Things like, the formats which we use, the check-ins, where you talk about your work highs, work lows, stuff like that. And finally, I think it's not about teaching someone, right? It's just experience sharing. The whole layout of the discussion which we have is just experience sharing, and people learn from that. So I have an amazing group. We are, right from people from manufacturing to running product companies to service, right from a college going guy, a 24-year-old guy, to a very passionate person who's turning 60. I think we have it all, and a couple of lovely ladies, lovely entrepreneurs in our women entrepreneurs. We have a mix of everything, and we just it's just business and fun both. And the concept of lifeline is just amazing. We all trust only our college buddies, school buddies or college buddies, but with lifeline, it just fast tracks things. You talk about yourself in 3 to 4 hours, and I think that trust building exercise is just amazing. The concept is superb, and I'm very happy with the way things are.
I agree.
Awesome, Prashant. Absolutely. I think we all validate that. As Ascent members, we just kind of validate the whole structure, how it works for all of us. But Prashant, off the HR, off everything, tell us about yourself. About your family, your hobbies. Tell us that side of you, man.
Okay, so I, currently I think I'm just enjoying my my time with my son, who's just given us A levels from he studies at Aditya Birla, and I think I spend a lot of time with him. It's just more friends than anything which we do. So I think there's a lot of time which goes being with him. I play cricket on weekends. I do a lot of watching the OTT, binge watching. Netflix is something which is there. We do go for long drives. My better half is she's very strong in terms of I think from the spiritual perspective, and the values and the beliefs which she's got in Arja, my son. It's just something at a different level. So just seeing him grow and spending time with him is just luxury. Trust me. So I think I'm just having the time of my life as we speak.
Awesome, Prashant. Fantastic. It's superb listening to your journey, and it's fantastic. We're just about towards the end, and I receive a message from a common friend between you and me, Prashant, and he says, "Why is this guy scratching the bottom of this industry? Tell him to scratch his head for a change." That's the message that I have to...
I know what you're talking about.
Forget the bottom. Can you just scratch your head for a change, dude?
Boss, I already have less hair, man. I can't scratch more.
We're all getting there.
But Prashant, it's been super fun, man, chatting up with you. That 30 minutes, we just didn't realize how it passed. And it's fantastic, I mean, like how you said, 1.6 billion people, even if 80% of that can come onto the workforce, that's the number of people that you're going to have just from one country. That's absolutely fantastic. Fabulous. So great listening to you, Prashant. All the best on the future of Teamnest. And thank you so much for coming on our show today. It's been fantastic hearing you out.
Thank you, Prashant. It was fun.
Amazing, guys. And as I said, boss, you guys are going to be there for another 20 years every Friday. And वो तो आज का बात कर रहा है यार, 1,000 members. अभी वो तो बढ़ते ही जा रहा है यार. So I could see Ajit with a stick and Aleem with dentures still taking.
No. But before that, we think ahead. Before that, we would have already incorporated AI, and we'll fix all that. We are very futuristic in that. Thank you so much, Prashant. It's been wonderful having you with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, great. Awesome, man. This was too fun. Yeah, great fun. And I like that whole message. यार उसको जरा सर घिसकाने को बोलो. Just then he scratches head. Awesome, guys. So, guys, that's another fantastic story from an Ascent member, and it's been fabulous listening to Prashant today. So, if any of you guys enjoyed the show, you follow us, share it with another entrepreneur. It just makes a day. I mean, there are lots of people who watch us. That's why we do it on Fridays. You have the Saturdays and the Sundays to catch up on these shows. It's a conversation starter. You hear an interesting episode, share it with somebody, and you will see, you will get a response. That's great. But if you are an aspiring entrepreneur and you believe in the India growth story and want a space in that, Ascent could be a great proposition for you. Get to ascentfoundation.in. Make an application, and the Ascent team will get in touch with you. And if you're truly growth ready, we'll be happy to have you in our cohort. So that's the 25th episode. Thank you very much. And we're going to see you next Friday at 11 o'clock with another interesting story.
Have a great week, guys. And I'm sure you heard the lightning and the thunder a few days back. And I hope that's exactly how your business is. Makes a lot of noise and makes a lot of light. Yeah.
See you guys. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.